Stopping by the Massachusetts Beer Reviews channel of YouTube. I am Thomas Metal 75, and this is your Massachusetts Beer Reviews. There was a video for like 5 or 10 seconds. Those lights over there when they're on, where the pool table is annoying and is way too bright. So I had to start this over again, and I will leave those lights off during reviews. Today is Halloween still. It is 10:25 Eastern Standard Time, Boston, New York style time. And I'm here with a wet but freshly cleaned IPA glass for a review of a Jack's Abbey lager. Jack's Abbey is, if you don't know, I did a review of their Harponius Union and one of their lighter IPL lagers. I forget which one that was called, but this one's another one of their session India Pale lagers. Now, what they do at Jack's Abbey again is they only brew lagers. They only use each strain to brew their lager beers to try to prove the point that lagers can actually be really great beers. This one here is a session India Pale Lager IPL, and I believe it is called Calyptra, C-A-L-Y-P-T-R-A. That's how I'm going to pronounce that for you, Calyptra. It says on the can, Calypso and Citra hops, 45 IBUs, 4.9% alcohol by volume, hoppy and sessionable, unfiltered, unpasteurized, it says on the can. Now, I believe, yep, and the can on the bottom says it too, that this was packaged on, it says 9/21/2017 is the data on the variety pack, and the can says 9/11, and they also have a description of all the beers on their variety pack. So I will cock my head to the side and read this one. Calyptra, brewed with Calypso and Citra hops. This easy-drinking India Pale Lager is bursting with tropical and citrus fruit flavors and aroma, balanced with an appropriate malt body. And they are located at Jack's Abbey, which is actually it's a restaurant, but it's a gigantic brew hall, kind of like in Germany. It's located at 100 Clinton Street, Framingham, Massachusetts, 51508720900. And I did go over there over the summer with a couple of buddies of mine. Had a really great time. I honestly don't remember what I ate there. But they also have an experimental brewery upstairs on their second level that actually brews with ale yeast. And I had one of their ales at the Jack's Abbey. So, Jack's Abbey, the name only brews lagers, but the other one, I think it's called like Fiskdale. They make ales and barrel-aged things too. And so does Jack's Abbey, but, you know, they're making ales. The Fiskdale. But yeah, this looks like a good New England-style IPA. It has that haze look to it. It's a little see-through towards the bottom, a little less. A little see-through on the bottom, a little less at the top. I don't have huge amount of light on this, but there is suspended particles and sediment in there. It kind of looks like an sandy hourglass in its consistency, just suspended sediment particles with that nice, there's the white head, that nice white head of a great India Pale Ale or Lager. And the smell is dynamite. Very pineapple, grapefruit, orangey. There's a little bit of a lemoniness to it. A little bit of an oily a slight pine aroma. No caramel malts really to speak of. There's a nice white bready malt. And as they say on the box, it is balanced with an appropriate malt body. And take it as you will with what appropriate is. But I think it smells like it's got a little bit of like it does have the white bready malt, sweet underneath, and a little bit of a spicy hop component. So it does smell the part of a really good New England style hoppy pale lager or ale, to be completely honest. I mean, there is a little bit of a clean sensation, but that's about it. To tell you it's a lager, but you would be fooled to think this was a lager in smell. So let's see if it will be lager in taste. Cheers. Calyptra Session IPL. Jack's Abbey. Craft lagers. That is great. More complex in the taste for sure. I'm actually getting a lot of the bready malt notes. Towards the finish, there's a lot of the sweet, white, bready, malty notes. There's a touch of like a toasted character. It's not roasted for sure. I guess that would be toasty. Yeah, there's some spicy hop variety in there. There's definitely a lemoniness towards the finish there. I am puckering a little bit, or I am smacking my lips a little bit. It does make you salivate somewhat. Pretty dry finishing beer. There's a little bit of that malty, bready sweetness. And it has a very refreshing mouthfeel and body to it. It's a crisp beer for sure. Nice amount of carbonation. The lager yeast combined with the body is making it very refreshing. Crisp, it is clean with that lager yeast, and yes, all the components together make it a very refreshing beer. I would say it's on the light side of medium, but I would still say medium, but on a very light side of medium. The sensation, and well, the flavors of the beer are definitely the tropical fruity notes of, again, grapefruit, pineapple, orange. There is some lemon in there. And then I get a pine, followed by a slight amount of an oily presence to the hops. A slight oily, dank, but more on the oily side. So definitely contributing somewhat to the medium mouthfeel. Only ever so slightly sticky, but I wouldn't really call it a sticky beer. If you've ever had, even though this is well, I'll just say it in general. If you ever had 7.2% or between 6 and maybe like an 8% New England style IPA, like a Trillium Vicinity, Congress Street, Summer Street, Melker Street, Trillium, Heady Topper, Main Lunch or Dinner, or which one have I had? I've had the lunch. I don't think I've had the dinner. But any of those kind of beers, this is like a perfect light version of that. And the lager yeast is really great in this one because it contributes overall to its refreshing body and clean aspect to it. And I like a little bit of that. It changes into a lemony, white bread maltiness with some of that hop oil or resin, if you will, towards the end. And then it cleans and dries nicely from the lager yeast. I mean, I'm sort of torn between this deserves to be in that A range, and it's not quite knocking my socks off, but, you know, this is at least a 90. I mean, Jack's Abbey's doing it right, and the first time I had this Calyptra was with my buddy Dave, you've seen on the channel, and he was drinking Trillium's Vicinity, and I pulled out one of these from the variety pack, and we did an A and B just by ourselves, and look at the lacing. We did an A and B just by ourselves, and there was a lot to like about the Clio or the Calyptra. It was very reminiscent of the Vicinity, to be completely honest, but it just had less of that dank resin quality and less of that boozy note to it. But this is almost like a light Vicinity by Trillium, to be completely honest. So in that regard, 90. I'm giving this a 90. It could have slightly more character, to be completely honest, but that's me nitpicking, you know, why I wouldn't give it 100 out of 100. But yeah, this has been a Calyptra. Please tell me if I'm pronouncing this wrong, or if you know how to. Try to write the pronunciation in the comments. 90 out of 100 from the Jack's Abbey Craft Lagers Brewery in 100 Clinton Street, Framingham, Massachusetts. I sampled from the Jack's Abbey Variety Pack. Let me know if you've had this beer. Let me know what your thoughts are on Jack's Abbey. Happy Halloween. Got my Iron Maiden shirt on. And until next time, keep tasting those great beers. Cheers. And we'll see you soon. Keep rocking, go Astros.